In the TV show, The Good Place, the character Chitty is a moral philosophy professor who is constantly grappling with the ethical implications of his actions. He is often shown struggling with whether or not to speak out against wrongdoing, and the show presents his moral struggles as a sign of his goodness and caring. The idea that those who are silent on wrongdoings are people who treasure peace over chaos is a misconception that has been prevalent in many societies. This belief stems from the idea that remaining quiet about a wrongdoing is a sign of being shrewd and being able to stay out of trouble. However, in reality, this is not always the case. We can see an example of this during the Holocaust when many Germans remained silent while the Nazis were committing atrocities against Jewish people. The lack of opposition and silence of the German citizens allowed the Nazi regime to carry out their horrific crimes with impunity. Conversely, those who spoke out against the Holocaust, such as the members of the White Rose Resistance Group, are now recognized as heroes who had the courage to speak out against wrongdoing and to fight for justice. According to a survey conducted by the Ethics Resource Center, 45% of employees who observed misconduct in the workplace did not report it. This suggests that there is a tendency for people to remain silent in the face of wrongdoing. Remaining silent on a wrongdoing can be seen as a form of complicity. By choosing not to speak out against something that is clearly wrong, one is implicitly endorsing the behavior and allowing it to continue. This is especially true in cases where the wrongdoing affects a large number of people or has serious consequences. Remaining silent in such situations can be harmful, as it allows the wrongdoer to continue their actions without any consequences. Staying silent on a wrongdoing can also be seen as a lack of empathy or concern for others. Those who are truly good and caring will often speak out against actions that they feel are harmful or unfair, even if it is uncomfortable or unpopular to do so. This is because they understand the importance of standing up for what is right and protecting those who are vulnerable or marginalized. Furthermore, staying silent on a wrongdoing can also be seen as a lack of accountability. Those who are truly good and caring will take responsibility for their actions and will hold others accountable for their behavior as well. This requires courage and a willingness to speak out against injustices, even in the face of opposition. On the other hand, some may argue that being silent on a wrongdoing is a sign of being aware of circumstances and consequences. They may argue that speaking out against something that is perceived as wrong may offend or upset others and may cause unnecessary conflict. However, it is important to note that remaining silent in the face of a wrongdoing can be harmful and can perpetuate the behavior. The bystander effect is a psychological phenomenon where individuals are less likely to intervene in an emergency situation when others are present. This can lead to a diffusion of responsibility, where individuals feel less accountable for their actions. This principle can help to explain why people may be silent in the face of wrongdoing, as they may believe that others will take responsibility for reporting the issue. In conclusion, being silent on a wrongdoing can be seen as a form of complicity, a lack of empathy or concern for others, and a lack of accountability. Those who are truly good and caring will speak out against actions that they feel are harmful or unfair, even if it is uncomfortable or unpopular to do so. They understand the importance of standing up for what is right and protecting those who are vulnerable or marginalized. Ultimately, remaining silent on a wrongdoing is not a positive trait and can have negative consequences for both individuals and society as a whole. It is important to break the bystander effect and speak up when we witness wrongdoing. This can be as simple as reporting an issue to the appropriate authorities or intervening when we see someone being mistreated. We must recognize that silence is not a sign of goodness or caring, but rather a failure to take responsibility for the well-being of others. If you liked this video, share it and subscribe to this channel.